Hello, people. Welcome to another. It sounds so boring. Hello, welcome to another live stream. We are here to announce that Nuno Espirito Santo is our new manager, the Fulham Wolves manager. I think Mourinho was sacked on the 20th of April, if I'm right.
21 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he was sacked the day after, or the morning after the Super League was announced, which is like the 20th of April. So it's been over 2 months, just over 2 months. Since the sacking of Jose Mourinho, and finally we've brought in a manager. After 2 months of rejections and frustration, Nuno is our new manager. Yeah, shut up. Right. Nuno, Portuguese manager, former Wolves manager. Um, in my opinion, he's one of them managers that makes me think, how is he going to do with better players? Obviously, he was a former manager of Wolves, like I said already. Wolves finished seventh in their debut season. Well, not debut season. I mean, what's the word? A return to
Last
the Premier
season,
League.
the two times when
Yeah,
they
so in the
won.
18-19 season, their first season back in the Premier League, I'm just going to get the stats up now. They finished seventh, only 9 points behind Man United. In the 1920 season, they finished in seventh as well, um, level on points with us, in fact, in the 1920 season. And in the 2021 season, unfortunately, finished 13th. But they did have a few injuries and also a couple of players departed the club. Obviously, Diogo Jota left last summer for Liverpool. And Matt Doherty, who was at the time one of Wolves' best players, departed the club as well. And also a couple of injuries, key injuries as well. First of all, Pedro Neto in like March, April. He got injured towards the end of the season. Arguably one of the best youngsters in the league, their best youngster, obviously. And obviously Raul
Been their
Jimenez,
best player.
yeah, been their best player all season. And also Raul Jimenez, his shocking skull injury around Christmas time against Arsenal at the Emirates. So, how are we feeling with this, Josh? I mean, to be honest, like overall, I'm satisfied. I'm happy because it makes me think, oh yeah, like it's exciting thinking of what he could do with better players. But I'm also a bit pissed off because we were linked with Conte not that long ago. So what are we saying on this one? Nuno Espirito
Um,
Santo.
the Conte and Pochettino thing just sailed, didn't it? Like, I don't really care about that anymore anyway. Like, I think from what the options we had left, I think I would have taken Nuno over Gattuso, for Sika. So, I think it's a
Yeah.
good appointment. And as well,
Mm.
like, he and this myth around him playing defensive football is not kind of true. Like at Wolves, he's done that, but when he's had good players, like at Valencia at that point one of the best teams in the Liga, and he played attacking football.
Mm.
So, like for me, I think it's a bit of a myth, and I think at Porto he used to play. He used to use various styles I saw. So
Mm.
I think Nuno is a very, very good appointment. I think he's got a track record. I think he's the best available, possibly Valverde, but
Mm.
yeah, I think it's a really good appointment, and it'll be interesting to see how players like Doherty and uh, players like Rodon will carry on. I think.
That's what I was going to ask you about Doherty, because obviously Doherty was magnificent under Nuno at Wolves, and well, before he left for us, for a good 2-3 seasons consecutively, Doherty was magnificent. He was probably my favourite player after probably Ruben Neves, Raul Jimenez I liked as well, but Matt Doherty at Wolves was a different breed. He was one of my favourite players. I remember the 3-2 defeat just before he went into lockdown. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I was there. It's my mum's first game since 2010. I was there at the game. And Doherty was fantastic that game. He scored, obviously, to make it 1-1. And he does like to get forward a lot. And maybe, and can Doherty potentially turn his Spurs form around now Nuno's coming? He could probably, I guess, maybe I guess like the chemistry between him and the manager could be better now. But we'll see what happens. I mean, going back to what we said about the options, I would have probably taken Valverde over Nuno, but don't get me wrong, like Nuno is still a good appointment out of the options we do have. Um, yeah, I'm kind of excited right now. Like considering like how is he going to do with better players, we shall see. But yeah, Paratici, um, literally about 2 weeks after coming in or a week after coming in, we got our new manager. It turns out he was interested in him when he was at Juventus.
Yeah,
He
I
was
saw that
interested
as
in Nuno
well.
last year.
Because I think
Yeah, he
last
was
year
interested
they
last year in Nuno.
shortlist,
So
didn't they?
yeah, so
Pochettino, I think Nuno and Pirlo, and obviously they chose the shittest one. But yeah,
yeah, and
uh,
here's just some quick details about the manager. So obviously Tottenham have appointed former Wolves boss Nuno as their new manager on a 2-year deal, so he's until 2023, so not that long of a deal, compared to Sancho, who's confirmed his move to United, till 2026. By the way, people, if you guys didn't know that, Sancho is finally confirmed. Nuno left Wolves in May after four
it's
impressive seasons. Um,
confirmed. But go on.
during which time he took the club from the Championship to a Europa League quarter final. So he did take a Wolves side to a quarter final, in which I do think they were robbed in that game as well. I think I remember watching it. I forgot who they played.
I remember that game. It was Sevilla, wasn't it? Like they were, except from that penalty, they were terrible in the whole game.
Yeah,
They
well,
were terrible.
Spurs sacked Mourinho in April and replaced him with 29-year-old Ryan Mason until the end of the season. And this is what Nuno has said via BBC Sport. It's an enormous pleasure and honour to be at Spurs. I'm happy and looking forward to starting work. We don't have any days to lose and we must start working immediately as pre-season starts in a few days. What's coming soon, potentially. Well, we're not really sure yet because the Euros are still going on, but hashtag it's coming home. But yeah, I'm
It's
excited for
coming
pre-season
home.
as well. Nuno will not. Nuno will not. Nu- yeah, Nuno will not have long to wait to face his former club, as Spurs have a trip to Wolves in their second game of the season
Oh wow.
on the 22nd of August. So that's after Man
Damn.
City. We've got Wolves at the
It's literally
Molineux.
like 2 games and he's already home. He's already back at fucking hell. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
dream for Nuno, I can't lie.
Obviously, again, this is some details on who we were linked with. Tottenham have brought in Nuno after Pochettino, Conte, Fonseca, and Gattuso were linked with the job. Spurs made contact with PSG boss Pochettino about the possibility of the Argentine returning, but the French club were not prepared to let him go. Conte appeared set for the role, having left Inter Milan after leading to the Serie A, only for talks to break down between the Italian and Spurs. And that's the reason why I'm quite sad, as Josh is expressing there. The main reason being is because like Conte was our best option, considering the fact that he literally won the Serie A the season before, and silverware is the one thing preventing us from becoming one of Europe's best in terms of clubs and performance. Obviously, like in terms of stadiums, we are probably the best club in Europe, but in terms of silverware and performance, we are probably one of the worst. So
Well, I wouldn't say performance last couple of years. I think has been shit, but I think like before then, well, performance was good. We just never used to win anything.
mm. So just before we give our final thoughts on Nuno, I've got a quick little timeline here. It's quite interesting. So on the 19th of April, Mourinho was sacked, and Ryan Mason was brought in the next day on the 20th of April. A week later, on the 27th, Nagelsmann, who was linked, but he was announced as Bayern Munich's manager. On the 30th, Eric Ten Hag was in the running, but he signed a new contract with Ajax until 2026. On the 23rd of May, Brendan Rodgers was another name mentioned, but then he insisted he will not be leaving Leicester. On the 27th, Tottenham
Why?
made
How do you
contact
think
with
Brendan Rodgers
Pochettino.
was going to leave to go to Tottenham? Did they?
Yeah, it's pretty
He
obvious,
went to
but
fucking Leicester.
yeah, true. But, on the 27th of May, Tottenham made contact with Pochettino about the Arsenal time returning. But then the day later, on the 28th, PSG had no intention in doing so. On the 2nd of June, Conte was a clear run-in after leaving Inter Milan. On the 4th of June, talks broken down 2 days later. I forgot why.
It was
Why did talks break down?
they said numerous things. It wasn't salary. Like
I
that's
heard it
what
was something to do with
influenced
like his
everything.
staff or
It
something.
wasn't. It was about he thought the ambition was too wrong. He basically he said we're too small for him. Like how we want to do. We basically wanted to rebuild. Conte wanted to win stuff immediately.
Yeah.
That was the idea they had, and Conte just thought, "Nah, fuck you."
Mm. Yes, fair enough. But to be honest, I don't blame him considering the state we are in now.
Mm.
And I've been for the last 2 years. But yeah, 15th of June, we were linked with Fonseca and we were quite close. But 2 days later, talks broke down again, and then Gattuso was linked. And then a day later, due to the fans not liking the idea, Gattuso talks broken down. And then 12 days later, 30th of June, which is today, Nuno is the new manager. And this is the perfect timing because tomorrow the transfer window opens. It's because it's the 1st of July.
Oh yeah, it does actually.
Absolute
Um,
perfect timing.
Levy masterclass right
Leaving mine shut. Right. Anyway, just before we end this, we're going to give our final thoughts on Nuno and how do you think we could do next season. Obviously in the European Conference League next season. Like I don't know too much about that. I think Roma is like the only other threat in that competition. I think
No, I'd say Marseille are in it, aren't they? So
are they
or
Marseille?
Union Berlin. Fucking hell, I'm scared. Um, I really don't
Union
want that
Berlin.
to bite me in the arse because if that bites me in the arse,
This is going to age like fine wine, now, isn't it? We're just like,
imagine Union
Union
Berlin beat
Berlin.
us like
Then they're going to
4-0
beat us
in
in the
one streak.
semi-finals 4-0.
Yeah. Be the Willock
Yeah,
thing all
but
over again.
yeah, but to be honest, overall in terms of Nuno, like, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's one of the managers that makes you think, how would he do with better players? It kind of gets me excited realistically because he's going to go from having Connor Cody to Eric Dyer,
But
and he's
he
going to
might
go
actually
from
have Connor Cody, won't he?
and he's going to. And here's a question: if Kane does leave this summer, which there's a chance he probably won't, but if he does leave this summer, do you think he'll take Jimenez with him?
No, too old.
Yeah, it's too old. Like he's 30 years old. He's past his prime, I think. Well, to us, I'm kind of surprised he's not
He's
older
had a
than 30.
long-term injury as well. I don't think he'll
Yeah,
be
he
able to
does.
keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah,
I would have
but
said 2 summers ago if we just got Nuno. I would have said yeah, 100%. Nuno, like Jimenez, is a really good player. It's old. I think we need a younger striker because
mm,
Carlos Vinicius isn't going to stay, is he? So
mm. I think a lot of fans like dislike the idea, mainly due to the fact that Wolves finished 13th last season. But people don't realise that Wolves had injuries. Jota and Doherty left. Jimenez got injured. Their main striker, probably their best player, really. Pedro Neto got injured in March, April time. Yeah, Jimenez got injured at Christmas period. So, and also Dendonka got injured as well. Very important player for Wolves in the midfield. But yeah, but people aren't realising that, and obviously, like every manager that comes to Spurs, I'm going to back him as always. Hashtag welcome Nuno. Thank you guys for watching this little live stream. Nuno is the new manager of Tottenham. Pre-season starts tomorrow. Sorry, not pre-season. The transfer window starts tomorrow. So we're going to give you updates on our Instagram. We are closing on 2.1k followers on Instagram. Make sure you go and follow us on the old Instagram. The road to 3k starts now. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time, and it's coming home.
and also PS, Gareth Southgate, you're the one, and I'm the like a twat for calling you.
Still don't have my kids.
Yeah. Oh my kids. Oh, PS is coming home.